He's not going to leave us. He's not going to forsake us. And you can look at, before I begin, you can look at these testaments from two perspectives. Either you yourself is asking these individual questions and learning about them and having them serve as a reminder to you as you go forward, or you can have it as a perspective of someone or an unbeliever, you are ministering to them and they're asking you these questions and you're answering them and you're explaining them and going to the Word to answer these questions that they have. We go to the third missing piece as we're putting this puzzle together in faith, in good faith. It's called growing pains. And in this world, this is a very difficult time within this process that we all have gone through, I'm sure, where you're growing and you notice that other people may be seeing that and knowing that, and their sort of demons are frustrated by the Holy Spirit, that they see in you, that they notice, and they notice that you're not going along with those worldly things anymore. So growing pains is an abundance of self-doubt and discouragement and hate even being thrown at us by outsiders and by unbelievers. And it affects our self-esteem, it affects our efficacy, and it's a continuous force that we ought to separate. So pain or hurt for Christians is imminent, essentially, to our own coming knowledge of what will happen to those who have not yet placed belief in Jesus for the forgiveness of their sins, and it weighs on us. That's why we are to, in times of pain, in times of deep sorrowful pain, to lament and grow closer to God within that internal conflict that we face. He's not going to leave us. He's not going to forsake us simply because we have these conflicts. He knows of the pain and the sorrow that we go through, and he wants us to share that with him and to lay that in him. And we should pray for the usage of the strength given to us from God that permits flourishing of ministry. And we can, through this growing pain here, expect grime on the road to cleanliness. So here we are in growing pains. We'll just go to Psalm 27, verse 1. This is David here saying, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Essentially saying, what horror can come, what terror can come if I know of the comfort and the blessed assurance that I have in God. And again in Isaiah, we're kind of bouncing around here, but Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee." That is the focus. That is how we will continue and have success in this period of deep sorrow. And remaining positive with the Lord, bewaring of false doctrines, as we know, and emphasizing our time on the earth to other people as a gift, as a journey from God, guided by God, Christ. And proceeding boldly is our mission as well. We were not given spirits of fear. And I'll just read the entirety of Psalm 13. I think it's a great example of the almost drastic change in tone and attitude when we go to the Lord and lament. Here we are in Psalms 13. "How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord, my God. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest mine enemy say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved." Here's that drastic shift I mentioned earlier. "But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me." That is a great demonstration of going to the Lord in our thoughts and our internal conflicts, and the outcome of that being beautiful, being something of a sober-minded, beautiful outcome there that we can grow from by the conflict that we have internally. And we'll skip here to Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Again, being aware in these trying times with doubt, discouragement being thrown at us, especially in my generation of people going through their walk. saying, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ." We need to be continually be careful of what we're engaging with, what we're interacting with, what our conduct is. So, success in growing pains here answers the question, well, how do we stand strong for the truth of God's world amid many continuous challenges? We just went through how we can do that, knowing that going to Him with our pains, with our sorrows, with our lamentations, we can grow stronger in faith.